I'm Kat Valyi, and welcome to another episode of the Healthcare Marketing Mindset Rehab, where we explore how changing your mindset about marketing can transform how you market, and it can also help you be a better executive. Today, I want to talk about LinkedIn and the benefits of using LinkedIn, especially if you're in the B2B space. Let me just read you a couple of statistics that I pulled off a couple places. One is that there are 774 million users of LinkedIn, and a quarter of them are in the United States. So if you're working in the United States and that's your market, there's a lot of folks there on LinkedIn. But even more importantly, according to e-marketing, they say the largest number of B2B display advertising is done on LinkedIn. And 4 out of 5 LinkedIn users drive the business purchasing decision. So it's a lot of key people in the B2B space that are using LinkedIn, and it's growing every day. The interesting thing is other surveys show that 48% of B2B purchase decision-making folks in the B2B space, they say that the B2B advertising and marketing is boring. 82% wish B2B advertising had creativity associated with B2C advertising. And I think I got this off of HubSpot. And then finally, it said 22% of respondents, no, that's not the one I wanted to read. Here it is. 81% of business buyers believe that they'd make a better decision if B2B advertising did a better job at engaging them. So we have these two competing things. We say on LinkedIn is a great space for B2B marketing. But on the other hand, they're saying that the folks that engage and consume the B2B marketing on social media says that they're not getting engaged enough. It's not exciting. It's not interesting. And that's one of the things that I focus on because I work in the B2B space and I have for a very long time. And you really need to engage your audience. And that means understanding them, really understanding their problem and talking to it and talking to them about how you understand their challenges and even bringing them to light. But it has to be interesting, it has to be authentic, and it has to be in a way that they see you as someone that can actually help them. I created a small ebook focusing on how to make your B2B marketing content not boring. It's about how to make B2B marketing more engaging. But while you're on LinkedIn, there's a couple things that I would like to talk about besides not making your information boring. It's also about frequency. If you think about all the different folks on LinkedIn, barraging everybody with great information, sometimes it's not the quality, it's the quantity that you have to focus on, how much you can put out there. So this way people are seeing you and seeing you as an authority over and over again. When their need matches their curiosity to go and find the answer, they see you out there. So that's my thought of the day. Understanding that LinkedIn is a great platform for the B2B space, understanding that just because B2B marketing is B2B, it doesn't have to be boring, and you need to do some specific things to help you change that dynamic. Okay, let me give you a couple of thoughts on that. Even though it's in my little ebook, I'll share it with you. One is to, you have to survey your clients, and you have to really get deep to understand their problems, because sometimes people don't even know that they have a problem because they're so used to doing things a particular way. So understanding their challenges and speaking to them directly is a great way to fix that. There's a lot of folks doing a lot of authenticity type things on LinkedIn, which is great. So you have to make sure that your story connects somehow to helping your target audience in the end. You can't just have these general stories about things that it's great. It kind of tells the viewer and the reader about who you are, but you have to make a connection. It has to make a connection to what's important to them. And so this way they can see themselves in your story and think, oh my goodness, that happened to me, or I could see how this person taking these steps, changed her life or changed her work life or whatever it is. And also have the mindset to want to help and serve whoever you're trying to connect with. It really is important to share information in a way that makes people think that you're willing to give information to help them succeed. Now, you don't have to give away everything, but giving away, checklists and short guides and quick information to help them, they remember that. Prospects remember that. They think about how you help them, and then eventually they look to you as a source. And again, consistency and relevancy is very important. You just have to keep putting information out, and you have to, and you should, I shouldn't say have to, you can do whatever you want. I'm just sharing information based on my 30 years of experience and based on what I've learned on LinkedIn and how I've really learned to embrace it and connect with people. And connecting with people is not only putting your content out there, but it's also connecting with people and speaking to them when they post, or when someone posts something that's interesting. You kind of go down their feed and you can respond to different people, but don't get too pitchy in terms of, and when I say pitchy, I don't mean like in, what's that, an island idol, the pitchy in the voice. No, I mean pitchy in trying to sell people. Just really share information and connect with people, because the whole thing is, when you are connecting with people on LinkedIn, people try to dive in with the sale right away. But really, what you want to do is connect to build trust. Nobody buys from folks, and especially in the B2B space, they rarely do it if they don't trust you, right? If they trust you, then they're willing to connect with you and work with you and do that thing of handing over money and responsibility to you to help them grow at some level. So it's all about making the connection, and try to keep that feeling in your heart that says, I really want to help, because people can tell when you're, full of crap and you're just trying to find a way in the door to sell to them. Really come to the table with an open heart and a feeling that ultimately you want to help them and help them grow in whatever way, or solve their problem, and you have your knowledge that you want to share with them. So again, in the B2B space, think about LinkedIn, think about that B2B marketing doesn't have to be boring, and work with someone and get tools out there that helps you, transform what you're doing. And follow me. I'm going to be here to share some information, and I'll keep sharing information to help you be successful. Because again, the healthcare marketing mindset rehab is about changing how you think about marketing. So this way, you can be more successful. You can really transform what you're delivering. And I'm also going to start sharing tips on how you can also be a better executive. I've worked again in the space for quite some time, and I've worked with a lot of people, and the ability to help mentor people up and to lead people so this way they're all rowing in the same way is a skill, and I'd love to share what I've learned over the years with you. So again, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Healthcare Marketing Mindset Rehab. I'm Valyi, and I look forward to seeing you next time.